Hello, my name is Glenn Erichsen, and in this video we'll take a quick look at the NXP Pro shape cutting system. Specifically, we'll give an overview of how abrasive is recycled and what advantages this offers. I've had the privilege of developing abrasive water jet cutting systems at Flow International for over 40 years. This latest work sets a new level for innovation. As abrasive water jet cutting has grown to be an essential part of world manufacturing, we all know that something must be done to address the consumption of abrasive. The world supply of affordable garnet is dropping, and environmental concerns are placing greater demands on power consumption and the use and disposal of both water and abrasive. The NXP Pro abrasive recycling system addresses these concerns. The recycling system has three main components. Let's look at them one at a time. The first component extracts the abrasive from the catcher tank. A large diaphragm pump creates suction, which is applied to a series of pipes located at the bottom of the catcher tank. Water and used abrasive are drawn into the pipes as a slurry and then pumped into a collecting tank. After abrasive extraction, the second component of the system recovers any reusable abrasive. Abrasive particles that cannot be reused are discarded into a waste tank. These discarded particles will be very small in size. The NXP Pro abrasive recycling method is extremely protective of the environment. The only water used for the process comes from the catcher tank. The electrical power and shop air requirements are minimized wherever possible. The reusable abrasive is transferred to a mixing tank, and this is where the novelty of the NXP Pro system is apparent. The reclaimed abrasive is never dried, but kept wet through the entire process. This removes the need for heaters and extra power to dry the abrasive. Because abrasive will always be consumed during the abrasive water jet cutting process, new dry abrasive is added into the mixing tank where it becomes wet along with the reclaimed abrasive. Keeping the reused abrasive wet, as well as wetting the new abrasive, is extremely counterintuitive for those knowledgeable about abrasive water jet cutting. It is common knowledge that wet abrasive can clump and create abrasive flow problems which interrupt cutting. This is where the third component of the NXP Pro abrasive recovery system comes into play. The NXP Pro abrasive recovery system allows the entrainment of wet abrasive into the cutting head. This is achieved through a patent-pending abrasive feed system mounted on the Z-axis. There is nothing in the industry like this. Adding additional water into the cutting head has the potential to reduce cutting speed, but innovations in the NXP Pro abrasive feed system minimize this effect. Without the costly need to dry the abrasive, the NXP Pro is a financial and environmental win. The NXP Pro is expected to reclaim between 40 and 55% of the abrasive depending on the application. When you consider all the factors such as lower abrasive disposal costs, some users will see their abrasive costs cut in half. Again, the actual savings will depend on the application. This has a significant impact on not only the cost of abrasives, but on the cost per unit length of cut. Let's look at a typical example where the cost factors of abrasive water jet cutting include the consumables like the mixing tube and utilities such as water and electrical power. Without abrasive recycling, the abrasive accounts for over 1/2 of the cost per unit length of cut. With the NX Pro, the abrasive now accounts for about 1/3 of the cost budget. These cost savings are transferred to the cost of production. In this example, abrasive costs were reduced by about 50%, resulting in a part which costs 23% less per unit length of cut. And these savings will only increase as the technology improves and abrasive and environmental costs continue to climb. The ability to cost-effectively recycle abrasive works in tandem with higher cutting pressures. When considering equal power, abrasive water jets at higher pressures such as 87,000 psi consume less abrasive than abrasive water jets at 60,000 psi or lower. In fact, when higher pressures are paired with the NX Pro recycling system, we see dramatic differences in abrasive consumption. Depending on cutting parameters, a lower pressure abrasive water jet can consume 2.5 times more abrasive than an 87,000 psi system with abrasive recycling. One of the most exciting things about the NX Pro is that we're only getting started. The technology is so new that we don't yet know its full capabilities. We believe this system has the potential to run finer mesh abrasive and exhibit a greater tolerance towards a more poorly controlled mesh distribution. This will be essential as future abrasive manufacturers struggle to meet demand. Because there's no need for drying the abrasive or controlling dust, this system is poised to recover the absolute most abrasive possible. All this and more is waiting for discovery as testing continues. I hope you're excited about the NX Pro. Without question, the future is bright. Thank you for watching.